Ooh, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of JMB Unsupervised. Listen, guys, do us a solid favor, man. Share, subscribe, tell a friend, man. We greatly appreciate it. Getting right into it. College Baseball World Series is going on, and the championship game is Coastal Carolina versus LSU. Coastal Carolina is coming in with some history. 26 straight wins. That is
So the record they beat, Coastal Carolina 26-game win streak is the longest ever entering a championship round in the College World Series, surpassing the 77-year-old record 18-game winning streak that was held by USC all the way back in 1948.
Good God. Coastal Carolina's coming in with some major history. We went back.
Long time record.
Yeah, that's a long time record. And they're going up against LSU, who I believe was there last year as well. The game between LSU and Arkansas was really good. Unfortunately for Arkansas, just some key mistakes at the end kind of cost them the game. But I think this World Series right here is definitely going to be a game to probably tune into for sure. A lot of history right here. Coastal Carolina, I did not know Coastal Carolina was this great at baseball. Got me, but I think it's going to be a good World Series.
Well, I mean, Coastal Carolina has kind of cruised for the majority of this.
Have they?
And when they played Arizona, they won 7-4. When they played in the next round, they played Oregon State. They took it 6-2, and then in the final game against Louisville, they took it 11-3.
Yeah, so they've pretty much, I guess you could say, dominated all the way through.
I mean, they were ranked 13th in the nation.
Damn, coming in on a Damn.
I mean, they're a small school.
Yeah, they are a small
I think
school.
they've only been around in the sports world 15 years now.
Yeah,
they jumped out there in the basketball world there about 6, 7, 8 years ago. They're very up and coming college program for sure.
Absolutely. I mean, like I said, they doing it big. Like I said, that's definitely a game you're going to tune into. Definitely see how that comes out. Like I said, the Women's World Series we already talked about. It's already wrapped up. Texas won the World Series for the women. So now the men's about to wrap up, and it's going to be a banger. The NHL Stanley Cup is in the books. The Florida Panthers are world champs again. Back-to-back champs. Been to the finals 3 straight years. Back-to-back champs the last 2. A dynasty? Are we looking at it hockey's a little bit different this,
I can't remember the last time that anybody ever spoke of a dynasty in hockey, but they did beat the same team both years.
Yeah, both years they did. And shout out to Matthew. Don't ask me to say his last name, but the dude played with a torn adductor muscle he tore it completely off the bum. Yeah, I know. We botched it over here. It's okay. He tore it, and he had a hernia. Dude, hockey players are just built just a little bit different. I don't know if
You know what muscle he tore? You know where that's at in your body?
Isn't that no? Or is that is that his clavicle? Where the fuck's that at?
His gut, his abs.
Oh fuck no, dude!
His lower half. Why did you
ain't playing? No, fuck no, I ain't playing. No, dog.
How do you
hockey? No, dog. You touched me one time, dude. After I catch my breath, I'm swinging. Oh, we got the Finners joining us. Oh no, fuck no. Ooh, no.
How do you think the hernia translate?
Honestly, I don't know.
It wasn't part of it.
No, well, honestly,
Well, now you know.
I gotta brush up on my astronomy, apparently.
Your what?
Astronomy.
No, that's space, dog. Astronomy is space. Oh, God. Good thing this isn't a science.
Yeah, well.
You mean your anatomy?
There you go, anatomy. I knew it was a big word.
No.
Just had to figure my way around.
No. You're fucking trying to look, God, let me look at the stars. The stars is my anatomy, and astrology is the body. No, oh, God. I still think you passed high school. I really don't.
I did. I got the diploma to prove it.
I need to see it. I need to have that thing tested and make sure it's legit. I need to see your card.
I ain't going back to school. You can't pay me enough money to go back. But
if you didn't graduate.
I mean, it was a hell of a series. Like I said, Panthers, I mean, to go 3 straight years and win it back-to-back, I mean, and you beat the same team twice. And I think they beat Canada. I don't know. I know Canada was hoping to bring home the championship. I think it hasn't been in Canada since like 93, 96, I think it is. It's been a long time.
What is more impressive? The Chiefs' run to the Super Bowl in football or their run to 3 straight titles?
Oh, man.
Game. 3 straight title runs.
I would still say Kansas City's run. I mean, our Chiefs are always going either to the AFC Championship game or they're going to the Super Bowl. Like, it's nothing left. Over the last 3 years, the Florida Panthers have been to the finals. So they've gotten there. I mean, Chiefs have been there 3 straight years as well.
But in hockey, you play more games.
Yes, you play a lot more games. It's definitely a hell of a lot more physical.
And that you play more games in the playoffs. It's the best of 7.
Yes.
And in football, it's 1 and done. And at most, you have to play 3. If you make the playoffs, it's 3 games you have to play for the first 3. I mean, at the least, 4 at the most.
That's fair. When you put it all together like that, I guess I would probably lean a little bit more towards the hockey, just because. And
you're on ice, and it's physical. Everybody's getting hit.
Everybody getting hit. God damn it, Doctor torn muscle. Oh boy, you hit me, boy. I don't think I can get up, dude. I don't think I can get up. Oh no.
I personally think this run for the Oilers is more impressive than the run any run that's been done in football, whether it's been the Chiefs run or the Patriots run.
Okay. I mean, that's fair. I mean, when you think about the physicality of the game, and hockey, hockey gets a little disrespect. Like, they play a lot of games. It's a very physical game. These guys go out, they're literally.
I didn't mean the Oilers. I meant the Panthers.
Yeah, Florida Panthers.
The Florida Panthers, they won it. The Panthers' 3 straight trips to the Stanley Cup is more impressive than I think any 3 or 4 season span of making it to the title in football.
All I know is the Florida Panthers, boy, they partied it the F up after winning. Literally, could you imagine like living next to like one of them players and they show up, bring you the Stanley Cup, dog, and I get to hold the Stanley Cup? That'd be pretty dope. Like,
well, speaking of the trophy, they already did.
Hey.
They already busted it up a little bit. I can only imagine if that happened to the Lombardi Trophy, considering
it happened and the lady damn near about cried.
Well, they didn't even did it. When the Bucks won it and Gronk,
remember when Gronk used it as a baseball bat, put a fucking dick in the motherfucker? Oh man! I mean, the Stanley Cup, man. The Stanley Cup. What is the best trophy in sports? Do you think? Is it the Stanley Cup? Is it the Lombardi Trophy? Is it the NBA? Is it baseball, soccer? I mean, tennis has a magnitude of trophies.
Well, so does soccer. Soccer. I think it's probably like the World Cup. The World Cup trophy is probably, to me, is the hardest one to win. But I like the Lombardi. I like the Lombardi Trophy. But I personally would say the World Cup would be the best trophy out of any title that you could.
Let us know what trophy you think is the best trophy out there when it comes to sports. Let us know what you guys think.
Or the Masters.
The Masters. That's a tough one to win too. So, definitely. But shout out to the Florida Panthers, man. Congratulations on back-to-back championships. Can they go for a 3-peat now? Well, they had a chance for a 3-peat. Obviously lost the first one, won the next 2. Now can they go for 4 straight and the 3-peat? Has there ever been a 3-peat in hockey?
Oh, I'm pretty sure.
I mean, there's never been a 3-peat in football, has there? There's never been 3 straight.
There's been 3-peats in football.
There's been 3-peats in football.
One at a time.
Let's start with hockey. 3-peats in hockey. I don't know if there's ever been a 3-peat in hockey. I'm pretty sure there hasn't.
I don't know.
That's something we're gonna have to look up, and we'll have to bring it to like how many in totality. There's been 3-peats across the league. Obviously in basketball, the last one was in the 2000s. I know that for sure.
Yeah, there's been 3. Is a 3? Yeah. Yeah, the Blues did it.
The Blues did it? Okay, so there has been a 3-peat.
The Lightning did it in 2019, 2020, and 2021.
Damn. That's a hell of a run, too. Good shit. Win it 3 straight years. Go there 3 straight years. Damn.
Well, I guess the Montreal Canadiens won it 5 straight.
Good fuck. When was that?
In the 60s.
Okay, that makes sense. Does that count?
I mean, the league was there, so yes.
That's impressive. 5 straight days. To win it 5 straight, that's something right there. You can't. What's after a dynasty? That's historic.
The Vancouver Canucks did it 4 straight back in 1980.
I apologize. Apparently, hockey there's a lot of multiple times teams have won it more than 2 or 3 times.
And then and the New York team, they did it in the as well.
Damn.
They did it 3 straight.
Shout out to hockey, man. I haven't been to a hockey game since I was like a kid. I remember I used to go up to, obviously we here in Kansas used to go up to see the peak of Scarecrow. That was when I was a kid.
The Scarecrows?
Yeah.
That's before my time.
Okay,
that's
fuck
before
you.
my time.
Fuck you.
The Scarecrows, I don't even know the Scarecrows. That's before my time.
Yeah. That was the last time I've been to a hockey game. It's been a minute. Definitely got to go to a hockey game.
There's a lot of history with hockey, so.
Clearly, yes there is. So, we're brushing it up on you guys. We're brushing up here with you. You're growing with us. But yeah, those are, like I said, that is over. Again, congratulations to the Florida Panthers men. Like I said, they're partying up. They've already destroyed the trophy, and it'll come back in pieces. An interesting thing happened. I know you're not big into this, but Ashton Hall is I guess you could say a sports or a fitness influencer. You've seen his videos and stuff. He decided to call out iShowSpeed, who is a streamer, big in the stream world. And they had a race. They raced 4 times. And iShowSpeed won all 4 times. And that led to Ashton Hall, and some drama. And then Tyreek Hill got involved with it. And basically going off that is Tyreek Hill and Noah Lyles were supposed to have a race in New York. And Noah Lyles canceled the race for personal reasons. Tyreek Hill says that Noah Lyles ducked him. Do you think Noah Lyles ducked him? I mean, this is from a guy that has called out all these athletes who wants his own shoe, but...
No, I guess it's considered ducking, but Noah Lyles ran like a 9.61. Tyreek ran like a 10.30 something on his fastest 100 meters. No, the numbers stand for themselves. Noah Lyles has a faster time than Tyreek Hill has. It'd be a great close race, but no. And Noah Lyles is a fucking sprinter, and Tyreek Hill is in football shape. Tyreek Hill wants to try for the 2028 or whatever.
Yeah, I think it was
Summer Olympics. He wants to try out for that. I guess the tryouts are coming around this season for that, but there'll be
because he's been doing
but it'll be during Dolphins training camp, so he doesn't know if he'll be able to go.
Yeah.
So we'll see if the Dolphins allow him to go to attend tryouts for the Olympics.
But I guess the question really comes to we all want to see
ducking. And like I said, I really don't care if athletes want to go and they want to race. That's cool. That's Noah Lyles' sport. If he wins, it's not a big deal. Tyreek Hill plays football. We're gonna play football. We're gonna put pads on and see who wins 100. Who wins the race then? The speed streamer guy that you beat at pretty.
He barely lost to Noah Lyles when they raced.
But
he barely lost.
But you lost to pretty much a dude who looks like a fucking bodybuilder. Yeah, and you barely beat him. So
he was saying he was a football player that didn't make it in the football world.
They all fast. Don't get me wrong. They're all fast, but I ain't
got that type of speed.
No,
I ain't got that type of speed.
No.
But I'll be curious to see if they ever actually race. But the Tyreek out here, he calling him out, saying he ducked him. But some say he ducked him. Noah Lyles did, again, had a little press conference where he talked about it. But I don't know if we'll ever see Tyreek Hill and Noah Lyles race. They've been going at it for years, the last couple of years. They've kind of gone
to the Olympics.
Yeah, so, but moving on to MLB. So we had a trade that went through, and Brandon and I had to brush up the research on this trade. And Brandon found a lot. He found a lot on this trade.
Yeah, so pretty much as you guys don't know, the Red Sox traded their slugger Rafael Devers to the Giants.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently there was beef with Devers not wanting to change positions for the second time in pretty much about 2 seasons. And the Red Sox felt like you dude making all this he's making like 300 and some million, and they felt that you should do what's best for the team. He did not so much care to do what's best for the 300. He's making 313.5 million is his contract.
Shut up, baseball.
They feel like it comes with responsibilities to do what's right for the team, and the Devers did not live up to the responsibilities, and they had enough, and they traded him. With the package they got in the back in return from the Giants was right-hander Jordan Hicks, lefty Kyle Harrison, outfield prospect James Tibbs III, who was I think the 13th pick in the draft last year, and then minor league righty Joe Bellio for Devers.
I did see too where David Ortiz said he tried to reach out to him before all this stuff happened, and David Ortiz pretty much said he's a great player, great person, but he's not great with communication.
That's
communication.
Cool. I mean, that's cool. That's great. Like former players can reach out. That's not going to make.
Well, David Ortiz is part of the Boston Red Sox.
That's great. Former players can reach out. Players, honestly, I really don't think current players really care that much if a current or former player reaches out to them. That might be cool, but like I really don't think that holds a whole lot of weight. Like you're not currently playing. That's cool. Like I might like how you play, but like. Why do I care you're reaching out to me? You're not helping my game. You're trying to talk to me, acting, tell me how I need to act. No, fuck. I'm making $313 million. I'm him. Like, I'm that dude. You might have been that dude in the past, but you're not in my circle. I really don't care. Now you're going to get to play how he wants to play for another great organization. Really, what you should be asking is how come the Red Sox keep trading away their best players?
Yeah, you're not wrong. I mean, Boston's sitting right now at 39 and 37, so they were just 2 games above 500. Now he's gone to the Giants, and they are second in the NL West at 41 and 33. So, I mean, he's definitely going to a better team overall in totality. We'll definitely see how it works out. But yeah, you're not wrong. Like, what is up with Boston not being able to retain their best players or having to get rid of them because of...
I feel like they're just being cheap. Like they're a big market team.
Consider like this was never a problem in the past. Like you were always able to attract the big stars, keep your big stars, bring in more. And now it's like...
They just refuse to pay them or they pay
We give you away. We give you away. Like, what are we doing?
It used to be the Red Sox and Yankees. The big two. And now the big two out in the East. And now... It's just the Yankees are just the big spenders out there.
Yep. The Yankees, the Mets, the Dodgers.
It's probably hard for Red Sox fans to want to buy a jersey because you're going to ship the dude off as soon as he starts performing great. Mm-hmm. Or you can time to get paid.
Yeah. Well, like you said, if I'm him, like why, you're coming to me and wanting me to do all these other things, like you also have to question, like how much. They tell you, they always come out and say, well, you didn't want to do this, but they'll never tell you what you actually did for them. They always just want to hit the negative side of, you know what I'm saying? Like,
to me, I'm a professional athlete, my window being a professional is short. It's not a lifetime deal. Like, you can spend 30, 40 years at a job. You're going to have 6, 8 years prime you, 5 years at your prime. He's 28. So he's hitting his prime in baseball. That's really prime. It's about prime in any sport is 28. I'm in my prime. You should be conforming to me. Like, you should be building this team around me. Yep. Like, he's that dude. You paid him as that dude. So why are you coming to me acting like I need to change who I am? You knew who I was when you paid me.
Yep.
You don't like it, trade me. And that's pretty much what it sounded like they did. It's like I want this from me, but organizations be like, I need you to do this. You do that, and then they turn around and they trade you anyways. Mm-hmm. Or they cut you.
That's why people get mad when, people always want players to be loyal, but the franchise won't ever be loyal to you. It's very rare that the franchise is ever loyal to you. But the moment you don't want to be loyal to them, oh, you're the bad guy, you're the bad person, you didn't want to do this to help the team win, and it's just...
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Come on,
you even said that Big Papi's part of the Red Sox. Well, you're part of the organization. you wanted me to do this. If I can conform, and you're still going to turn around and stab me in the back and get rid of me anyways. And be like, well, he didn't do this. Well, I did X, Y, and Z, and this is where I drew the line, so that made me the bad guy.
And that's what the organization will do to you. I mean, we see it all across sports. Like, we've literally seen all across sports where a franchise will paint a picture about a person, but they will never tell the other stuff that I did for the team. It's just, I didn't want to do this specific thing. It's like, oh no, that was the line I drew. And
well, it's kind of like in football, like, hey, you need to take a pay cut. No. All right, well then we're going to cut you or trade you if you don't take a pay cut. What'd you do for me? Like, it's a dog world out there, and I don't care that he didn't conform. I'm glad that.
I think it's more crazy that like you said, Boston's a big market. This isn't like you're no like small, bottom of the barrel market. You are a big ass market in New England. Like, come on now. Like, you're royalty. Like, let's keep it a buck. The Red Sox are royalty. Like, it's a shame. And Red Sox, get it together, man. Get it together. But we do have some other good news in baseball. Shane Ohtani came back to pitching. He pitched, two?
I think he pitched 2 innings.
2 innings. It was up and down, but he's still swinging that thing. He was getting up to, I think the highest we've seen was 103.
Yeah, I mean,
103 miles an hour, I think it was.
He was still clocking on, 98 consistently, a couple hundred miles per hour. Had good velocity, good movement on all his pitches. Looked very rusty, but that's just a good sign from. I think he's had 3 Tommy John surgeries now, and I mean he gives
the fact that you still can go out there and pitch after something like that. That's a freak. That's a freak right there.
Well, it's just. I mean, to me, I was curious to see if he had the speed with his pitches and so the velocity and movement on all of his pitches, and he clearly does. And I don't know if he'll ever become a full-time pitcher again for the Dodgers, but
think about that, having him back at that secret weapon now, like playoffs. Like, you just need some innings from him, and he can go give them to you. And you're not expecting Ohtani to come in like that. That's a huge wild card.
If you could move him to as your closer, you're pretty much having a starting pitcher as a closer that can just come out and just blow out 6.
And this is also a pitcher too that can hit that son bitch out the park too.
And then he's also going to try to hit home runs.
And you look at the Dodgers right now; they're sitting at nice 46-29, 61 win percentage out there in the NL West. And then you have Ohtani that's coming back to pitching now. I mean, that just makes that pitching rotation even more unpredictable, even more dangerous. And so,
but if you're Shohei Ohtani, how would you? Obviously, you're still getting ramped up with live action pitching. If you were him, how would you, with the injuries that you have had?
Yes.
How would you want to be utilized pitching wise?
I definitely think.
Would you want to go back being Would you want to go back as a full-time starter? Would you want to be like that mid-reliever guy that kind of comes in the 6 through 7.5?
I don't think if I'm him, I don't want to go back to being a starter. I don't think that's
you. I'm not asking what you want for him. I'm saying you personally. If you were him, what would you want?
I would probably be. I would like to be that middle maybe closer type. Give me that. I wouldn't want to be the starter. For me, after everything, if I have all them injuries, I'm not willing to do that. Especially knowing what I bring to you offensively, I'm just as dangerous, even probably more dangerous now, offensively.
Yeah. If I'm trying to, I'm a starter. I'm going to pitch 6, 7.5, 8 innings. That'd be my goal to get back.
I mean, I know that's
what I'm saying. If you were him, if I'm him, that's what I want to do. I want to get back and I want to be a full-time starter because I still got that juice, that desire to pitch 7 innings and then turn back around and give it to you on the other side with the bat. That's what, ain't steal bases. Yeah, no, that's exactly what I would want to do. That's what I want to see from him too, to get that both sides of him.
But you have to ask yourself too, on that flip side,
I think
that may be what he wants, but is that what the Dodgers want?
Well, if you ask what the Dodgers want, I think they are paying him a lot of money, and I think they're paying too much money to not use him as a full-time starter.
Well, I was going to mostly not to have him pitch somewhere. Are you wanting to see him try to get back to that now, or are you saying maybe let next year when we come back, because obviously you're bringing him back into pitching now.
I would like to see at some point towards the end of the season him being able to pitch
So you're like playoffs, like I'm not like the playoffs roll around. If you're asking me if I'm him, playoffs roll, yeah, give me. And you're getting me ramped up now. Playoffs come, yeah, I want to be that dude. Like let me be that dude.
Well, I'm not quite sure you know what you want, but I think like I would like to see him pitching 4 or 5 innings by the end of the season for the Dodgers.
I think
and then coming around to next season, him giving you 6, 7 innings. And giving him longer breaks in between versus like the 4, 5, 6 day turnaround. Give him a little bit longer gaps in between. But I would not be surprised at all that him being a very great wild card pitching coming out of the bullpen for them in the playoffs, coming out and closing. But again, that's kind of a specialty role though, being able to just be on your shit for 15 or 20 pitches and getting 3, 6 outs to close the game.
You're not wrong. No. But I'm happy to see Otani. I didn't know if he'd ever pitch again. I mean, realistically, we thought we were going to see it last year. Obviously, it didn't happen. They took that away. And then to see him come basically, you could say this was the halfway point of the baseball season, right? We would say it's about halfway. A little bit.
I mean, they're, 50, 60, 80 games?
A little bit, So, probably, So, to see him get back to that point now, it's good for him. It's good for the Dodgers.
It's just good for baseball all around.
Yes. But that's about all the baseball we got right now. Our Royals aren't doing terribly bad. We're currently sitting 4th in the AL Central at 36 and 38. So, not horrible. It could be better, but I'm hoping.
We're in the American League Central.
AL Central. So it's AL Central.
If you say so.
That's what it says on my screen.
I know what it says. I don't know if that's what you said.
Oh, okay, that's fair. Sometimes my words don't always come out. We know.
Yeah, astrology.
Moving over to the WNBA. So we got some interesting stuff over in the WNBA. Caitlin Clark is back, returned from her injury. She returned beginning of the week against the New York Liberty. If you did not know, the New York Liberty was undefeated. Caitlin Clark came back and ended the New York Liberty's undefeated streak at 9. But she came back with a bang. 9 points in 38 seconds. She lit it up, dropped over 30 points. Since she's came back, the Fever looking good. They are in the Commissioner's Cup championship game against the Minnesota Lynx. That will take place July 1st, I believe it is. Oh, where's that? Where did I put her?
Fun fact, everybody that has met in the past 3 years in the championship game was a preview of who met in the WNBA championship game.
No kidding? That's interesting. I did not know. Yes, and I was right. July 1st. July 1st, it will be on Prime TV. We're going to have the Indiana Fever and the Minnesota Lynx. And the Minnesota Lynx won the Commissioner's Cup last year. Obviously, because they were in the WNBA Finals and they lost. So, I think that's going to be a fire-ass matchup. I think that's going to be great.
Potentially a preview of the WNBA Finals with Fever and Lynx.
Let's be real. The Minnesota Lynx right now in the standings, they're 11-1. They're off to a great start. Like I said, the Liberty are 10-1. The Indiana Fever are 6-5. Obviously, Caitlin Clark's been back, and since Caitlin's been back, they've won their games. But another thing that's happened in the W that's been quite funny, Angel Reese decided to trademark knee bags.
Yeah.
And so it's not been fully confirmed that she's been given it, but she did file the paperwork to get it. She's going to turn it into a whole ass brand, and she if you guys don't know, there's a group of guys that bet on her to miss her first shot, and every time it does, they win. Well, she sent all of them cease and desist letters, and they had to take all their videos down off of social media. Because Angel Reese decided to file some paperwork. That's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. But this
Money will allow you to do certain things.
Yes, it will. But yeah, so she did that, and I'm not surprised. She's made it very clear that she's going to come after people that use it. So
talk about being sensitive. I just know if it wasn't for Caitlin Clark, nobody would know who Angel Reese is, or even care that she can't shoot and she gets all her own misses and she has me rebounds. Yes, it's your own rebounds. You shoot and you miss and you get your own shit back. Just don't shoot. Just stop. And she doesn't need to be shooting. Just get the rebound and kick it back out to one of your guards. You'd be better off that way with you and your rebounds. But honestly, I was going to give her props for taking something negative that was towards her and spinning it in a good way and trying to make
That was my thought.
making a funny joke, make kind of a brand back. Because honestly, like, me bounds, like, yeah, you can build off of, like, me bounds. Like, I get rebounds. Instead, then you get, upset because people are betting that you're going to miss your first shot. How about you make it?
I mean,
how about you use the negativity out in the world or on social media that I don't know why.
But why are you looking so much into it? Like, you can't
use it as motivation to get better or to stop missing your first shot.
Get a burner cap. Learn from KD. He got burner caps. You never know if it's really KD or not. Like, don't be like, stop letting the outside world get to you so much. Focus on your game. Get better. I've said this multiple times. We've talked about, like, stop letting things get to you, but that's not how she's rolling right now. I thought it was crazy. But like I said, I'm with you. I lost a little bit of respect because I thought she took something that was negative, flipped it to a positive, and then flipped it back into a negative again, and that was just very unfortunate. But I do want to ask you a spot. So the WNBA right now obviously is popping. A lot of people are dived in right now, obviously, with everything. We've talked about it before, but why do you think, what is really stopping the WNBA from really just blowing up? Is it the players? Is it that, I think it's really the players. Like, what do you think is stopping them from really blowing up? The WNBA. Like, what's really stopping it? Because the fans are there, the viewership is there, obviously we see.
The viewership are there just for one person. And the WNBA and players have to get on board.
The expansion team, the Golden Falcons, they're making.
Great. That's not going to gain more viewership. Like, they're going.
Well, they've sold out every time they've played at home. They've sold out.
With Caitlin Clark.
No, even without Caitlin Clark.
With Caitlin Clark went out, viewership dropped 55%.
Well, yes.
There's nothing else to debate about that. Your viewership dropped in the WNBA 55% with Caitlin Clark out. She comes back, everybody else comes back because they want to see her. She's generational talent that everybody wants to see. So if I'm the how you keep on this story you have, this comment, and you promote the shit out of her from the WNBA. If I'm the commissioner, I'm promoting the fuck out of her, and I'm protecting her. I'm telling the rest to protect her. Stop letting her get the shit beat out of her. And thank God her tall blonde teammate came to her rescue. Apparently knows jiu-jitsu. I let her wrestle me. But, like, to me, that's how you fix it. Again, you're not listening. Drop the fucking rim down. That way Brittany Griner can dunk all over Angel Reese knee bounds. And it'd be a lot more interesting to see these women bang out on each other. Make it more, like, you're trying to get physical. Now let me see it at the rim and you dunk on each other. That's what I want. That's what I think a lot of people would like to see. To me, the expansion is great. It's good. Get some more games. Get some more TV viewership. More
get another expansion team
but
next year in
Caitlin Clark is the only reason a lot of people are there. Caitlin Clark stops playing basketball. Just stops, retires. Done. Like, nobody's going to care anymore. That's the reason we're really talking about is because Caitlin Clark. Everything evolves around Caitlin Clark. It really does.
I mean, for me it doesn't. I've been watching the W for years.
That's cool, but again, I'm not wrong. Like, before the injury, the average viewership was almost 2 million. When she got hurt, the average viewership was a little over 800,000. So you lost about 1 million views with Caitlin Clark out.
I mean, I get it.
No, there's nothing to really get. It's either that you understand that Caitlin Clark is the WNBA, or you don't, and all the old heads retired WNBA players can keep trashing her, or they can pick her up and boost her up, and the WNBA can Michael Jordan her and prosper the brand. It's really that simple. You ask me how to fix it, that's how you fix it. That's how you start growing. It's not going to be overnight, but as you saw just in her second year,
I get her. She's helping it, but I also think that the players are also preventing it from blowing up as well. Because when you blow up and you want to be treated like your peers, the NBA, you got to be able to take the criticism from everybody that's going to talk about it.
Well, they're not used to taking the criticism.
And they're fighting it instead of just embracing it. Like this.
Go back to the 80s and 70s and 60s. The players still, when they started getting more, the media started talking to them more. The media was more around. They acted the same way. They didn't like being criticized. And so the women, as the sport gets more popular, they're going to have to learn how to adjust to it, or don't, and just stay truthful to yourself and give us unfiltered access to how you really feel, which is I much prefer.
Yeah.
But how you want to keep growing, start trying to broaden overseas. Same way NBA does.
Yeah.
Brand Caitlin Clark everywhere, as people want to see. And drop the fucking rim of foot. Dunk. You can't tell me...
Watching Brittany Griner dunk a lot would be kind of...
You can't tell me the NBA took away the ability to dunk. You would much care to watch that. You would lessen...
Well, they did take it away from certain players back in the day.
But you take it away, it lessens your want to watch the game.
Well, yes.
It's the same way if you take away football. No more tackling. Not so much care to watch that.
Yeah, you're not wrong. That's very true.
I fixed it.
That's fair. That's fair. But yeah, that's pretty much everything that's been popping off in the W. Like I said, we're 12 games into the season. The Commissioner Cup is coming up, championship game, July 1st on Prime TV. Definitely tune into that to see who takes up the Governor Cup. And I think the viewership for that game is going to be through the fucking roof.
Why?
Caitlin
Clark.
In totality, you got Natasha, who's probably going to be the MVP this year.
You're really just making my point. You could go out in the street and ask 50 people, name a WNBA player. Caitlin Clark, give me another one.
Paige Beckers?
No,
Paige Beckers
no.
Bringing
You ask. You're missing it, but okay.
It's not all just Caitlin Clark,
but you're missing it. Everybody knows one person. That's what's drawing them there, which is giving everybody else, and giving everybody else more notoriety. But you were
Caitlin Clark is yeah, she's adding more thousand fans to the stand, but other teams are still selling out their arena. The Golden State Valkyries are selling out their arena. The Dallas Wings are 2-11. They're still selling out their arena with Paige Beckers and Akume balling out.
The average sports fan would not be able to give you more than one or two names.
Then the average sports fan shouldn't talk about the W. That's the problem.
Anyways.
Like, I don't know what the problem is giving the other people their credit too. It's not just all Caitlin Clark. Juju Watkins is going to be walking in the league soon too. She's going to be just as a megastar as Caitlin Clark.
We'll see. College and pros is completely different. I agree. I think she's going to be a star, but we'll see.
Like, Paige Beckers is already having a better rookie season than Caitlin Clark did. More points, better field goal percentage, less turnovers, more assists.
You can feel how you want to feel about it. I'm just stating the true facts. And how people, and the opinions that are out there, is that people know who Caitlin Clark is.
Everybody knows who Caitlin Clark is, but I also think people know more.
You would like to think that, but at some point, maybe we'll get there for the WNBA and players or people who know more names. You're saying that this.
I mean, I know only you know Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese.
You're going to say the finals is going to have a high viewership. I'm like, why? You're like, well,
they had a high viewership last year too between the New York Liberty and the Minnesota Lynx.
All right.
You're telling me that it was big last year too?
Yep.
But I just feel like you're trying to discredit the other women that are in the W.
I give them plenty of credit. I'm just saying that the reason why that game's going to have outstanding rating is because Caitlin Clark's going to be in it. If they remove Caitlin Clark out of that game, that ratings would not be what it's going to be.
Well, luckily she came back where she did, because I still think Indiana would have been in if she wasn't there.
I agree. Luckily she did come back.
Like, they were winning without her. Now she's back. Their offense looks better with her there, but they were winning without her. I just feel like you're discrediting the other women and saying that the WNBA was only relevant because Caitlin Clark. The WNBA was relevant with Candace Parker, Lisa Leslie.
You lose 55% of your viewership. That's not me saying. That's fact saying it.
Well, that's probably from the Indiana Fever side.
That was in totality, but
which her team traveled probably.
It was the viewership of the WNBA went down 55%.
I just feel like
I can't help the facts. I'm giving you the facts.
It can be facts, but you're saying if I walk down the street and ask anybody, they're only going to be able to tell me Caitlin Clark. They're not going to know anybody else.
They might be able to give you another one. I'll give you maybe 2 or 3 names.
I could give you like almost 40.
Yeah, I bet you could. But you're missing the fact that the reason why the viewership is up when that game's going to be popping is because
fans like you are going to be the reason why they can't blow up, because you're only fixated on one player. No, you got to fixate on other players to help bring this up.
I'm much more focused than just on Caitlin Clark.
Like in the NBA, you're just fixated on Curry, LeBron, Durant. No, you're fixated on a magnitude of stars. You're fixated on Joker. You're fixated on Embiid. Like you're not just fixated on one person. Who makes the NBA? A magnitude of players. So the W is going to have to figure out how to
Technically, LeBron does.
Well, he's what keeps a lot of people in a job.
Look, you're arguing against facts, and I don't know what to tell you. The facts are the facts. Caitlin Clark was out. Viewership went down 55%. She came back and it jumped.
I'm just telling you that it's not all just Caitlin Clark.
Yeah.
The
numbers don't back you up.
I don't give a fuck about the numbers.
Well,
You average fans need to grow the fuck up and broaden your horizon outside of one fucking player. And I love Caitlin Clark. We all need to broaden your horizon a little bit better then. If you only know one person, that's a problem. It's a big problem. That doesn't help the W. That doesn't help these women. That doesn't help Caitlin Clark either. But moving on to the NFL, the Packers obviously released Jair Alexander, and they asked Lamar Jackson about it. He told the management to go sign him, and Baltimore got his request. They signed Jair Alexander to, what was it, 1 year, $6 million?
1 for $6 million.
1 for $6 million. Is that full $6 million guaranteed? Mm-hmm. $6 million. So he's... Be curious to see what he does. The only thing I can say about Jair Alexander is he going to be available when it matters the most. That's really been his biggest issue over the last couple of years. He just hasn't been there when it's mattered the most. Especially for the Packers. He wasn't there in the playoffs. Well, he was there, I think, beginning of the playoffs, or he got hurt middle.
He's just been hurt the past 3 years. Hasn't been able to stay healthy. And the Packers let him go. Tried to trade him, couldn't let him go. The Ravens picked him up. The Ravens going to have a pretty solid secondary.
Their secondary is going to be pretty solid secondary.
Kyle Hamilton, Murphy, and him. That's going to be a pretty solid secondary.
If they can stay healthy, it's definitely going to be probably top
Well, I mean,
three.
that's with anybody.
Well, yes.
With any team. Like, as long as quarterback stays healthy, you're going to have a good squad.
Well, for him, can he stay healthy? That's my only question.
Well, I mean, that's why it's 1 year for $6 million. It's a pretty
1 year
deal.
rental, baby. And fun fact, Jair Alexander and Lamar Jackson were teammates at Louisville for 3 years. So that's why he also is reported that Alexander turned down more money from other teams to go to Baltimore to team up with his former college teammate, which really doesn't matter because they play two different sets of ball. But it's good for the Baltimore. They got another All-Pro, anything you think to add to their defense that they already have full of all pros and all that. So it's just another I don't even know, just another if you fail, how much more help do you really need type of thing.
I mean, if you're trying to win a championship, trying to win a Super Bowl, you might as well go to a stacked roster.
I think the only thing I'm waiting to see out of Baltimore now is the Lamar Jackson contract being redone and see what money he gets to push his
Well, the talks is going to be very similar to Josh Allen's deal.
That's what's being reported, Josh Allen's type of contract. So, be curious to see. For our Kansas City Chiefs, Brandon informed me that Trey Smith showed up for camp, which is very good because considering he was franchise tagged, and we did not hear any more outside of when he got franchise tagged. So, he showed up for camp. That's a good sign for us, for Kansas City Chiefs fans, and for Trey Smith. Hopefully, get a deal. Can we still get a deal?
Yep, I think you have until July 4th to get a deal done.
So, damn.
The deadline's coming up, but I mean, at least he was reporting in, I think it's like $23 or $25 million on the franchise tag, and so that's a lot of money to sit out and not get, considering he was like a 6th-round pick or something like that with his
hopefully they can get
health concerns.
Hopefully they can get
so he fell to us. But our left tackle that we drafted in the first round is a full go at camp, according to Andy Reid. Joshua Simmons, he's a full go. He's also being mentored by one of our better right tackles we had, Mitchell Schwartz.
Yep.
So that he's mentoring him and helping him with the transition.
What do you think we do with what's his fuck now?
That's helpful.
Our left tackle.
The Josh Simmons is our left tackle.
Right tackle. The one that's been flagged so much.
Well, I think he's going to have a competition for the right side. But I think he might be looking at moving him into
like guard
left
position.
Guard.
Left guard. I definitely see him getting into the guard position. Still speaking on the Shamir Stewart, the Bengals' 17th overall selection. There's a good chance the man could re-enter the draft and not even be selected until day 3 if he's not got a contract done. And again, you're not going to put new language on me when he ain't never done it to nobody else. And people keep wanting to come at him, his college career. This has nothing to do with his college career. This has to do with writing in a contract that you've never put in anybody else's or it's been anywhere else. But you want to put it in my contract. Absolutely not. And stand your ground, my man. Stand your ground.
It's a big risk he's taking, though. I mean, he's potentially about $20 million guaranteed. And fast forward to another year in the draft. Where
if
people
I'm
are saying
Cincinnati,
that
like, what is your
day?
problem? Just take out the writing and sign the contract and figure out how to redo something like that. If this is something you want to do, how to put it in everybody's contract then. Like, why is it just his contract? That's what I don't. It's just
I think it's just funny that it's DN. That if it's a defensive player that you're having issues on wanting.
Like your one DN retired. Trey Henderson's holding out. He ain't coming back.
No.
Like that relationship's completely shattered unless they really.
It almost is like the Bengals have kind of like buyer's remorse. Like they kind of almost regret taking him.
Oh, that's definitely
because like, well, what's the holdup of signing your 17th overall pick? You need him in there. You need him.
Like you have no defensive players, man. Like you got to get this done.
It almost just seems kind of they kind of semi regret it, and they were trying to trying to get it out after year 2.
Yeah.
It wasn't, starting to develop and what they were hoping he could.
Like if you had like it's.
Why else would you be pushing this language so hard?
Yeah, and no one's really budging. I think they felt like he would have budged and signed the contract. He's like, Deuce, I'm out. Like, call me when you're ready to act.
Like we've already said, he's done the right thing. He
yes.
went there. He showed up for everything. He didn't practice, but he was in the. He lifted.
Yep.
He went to the.
Been in the building.
He went to the. Oh man, he was he was there for learning. He was there for the teaching of it all.
Rookie mini camp. Well, like he showed up for it, like you said, he showed up.
He's been there, but he just hasn't been practicing. And now it hit mandatory minicamp, and he was like, you know what, I'm out.
So I have to hit you with the stuff that we talked about earlier in the week. I can't remember the NFL insider that said that Patrick Mahomes is no longer a top 5 quarterback in the National Football League. He went Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, Dak Prescott, Jalen Daniels, and he had Patrick Mahomes at number 6, saying that people don't fear Patrick like they used to, and that's kind of wild shit to say. Like
his views must be down. Like the dude's views, like he must not be pulling in enough viewership or something to be saying something.
I just think that's blasphemy to say for a guy that's been to 3 straight Super Bowls, won back-to-back Super Bowls, and all those quarterbacks that you put in front of him, the Josh Allens, the Lamar Jacksons, Joe Burrows, only one guy's been able to beat him, and it was one time. And that was Joe Burrow, just one time. And that was 2 years ago. Like
I said, that's not even a conversation. Like you can put Mahomes and anywhere in the top 5, but he's top 5. I mean, he's 1. There's no 2, and then everybody else.
Yeah.
Nobody else in the league right now currently has more than 2 rings. He has 3.
Yeah.
So it's just clickbait. I mean, that's all the dude to get. So that's what half of the media is anymore. Is just people just putting out outlandish shit, clickbait to get people like that riled up. Like, how dare you say Patrick Mahomes isn't a top 5 quarterback? Bitch, you just bored.
Well, it's more the fact that you put Dak at 4.
Like I said, the dude
like
just
that
bored.
fucked me up. Like Jalen Daniels, like I get he had a great rookie year, but like we always say, like we said with C.J. Stroud. You see what you look like in year 2 before we start having.
Might as well said like Caleb Williams, C.J. Stroud, Jaden Daniels, Anthony Richardson, and Joe Flacco were the top 5 quarterbacks in the NFL. That's what he said. Like you discredited everybody that you put on that list ahead of Patrick Mahomes. Like, they know they're not better than Patrick Mahomes. They fear him. Players even come out and say we can't let this dude get the ball back. Mm-hmm. He has that Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, Joe Montana-esque. He gets the ball back. We're fucked. The Bills know they're fucked. 13 seconds left. We won. Fuck.
Pretty much. Last bit of news. Shedeur Sanders, unfortunately, was pulled over. Got himself a little speeding ticket for doing 101 miles an hour to 60. I just know that was the fastest body cam footage I've ever seen released by the police. That's all I know. That shit entered the social media so quickly. But, like I said, NFL is getting closer. Much closer. It's right around the damn quarterback.
So how much money per hour would it take for you to be a cheerleader?
Oh.
Because the Dallas Cowboys cheerleader got a 400% pay increase this season from $15 an hour up to $75 an hour. I just gonna put my application in. I can't split it. I mean, I can share my
forgot about that. That's crazy. Shout out to that, man. Shout out to the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders, man. This just means that everybody else is gonna have to. These girls have been trying to get these pay raises, and now everybody else is going to have to. I don't know if they'll be able to follow suit like the Dallas Cowboys. Damn, it's crazy to think Jerry Jones is willing to pay a cheerleader, but can't pay Michael Parsons.
Well, not every team has cheerleaders.
No, not every team does.
Not every team has an actual mascot out there the mascots, the guy that was KC Wolf.
Yep.
He retired this year.
Yes, he
So
did.
there'll be a new person behind the mask, behind the bobblehead of KC Wolf.
Absolutely.
Or the Chiefs.
Shout
I'm
out.
quite curious to see if the rest of the league the rest of the teams that have cheerleaders, if what they come out and they say or do for their salaries for their.
But shout out to Jerry Jones, man, being the first to take that step. And this is something that cheerleaders have been fighting for since I think 2019, 2018, 2019 is really when this movement.
It's a weird flex to be a what's your professional? I'm a cheerleader.
Yeah, hey man,
I guess.
Hey.
Oh yeah, I'm making $75 an hour. To what now? To shake your pom poms?
Just to get you a little riled up. Just to get you a little riled up.
Oh, and if they fly you everywhere, shit.
Yeah, shit.
Put my application.
You're not wrong.
I shake my pom poms.
Shooting all over to the NBA, we did have a pretty massive trade that went through between the Memphis Grizzlies and the Orlando Magic. So, the Memphis Grizzlies traded away Desmond Bane to the Orlando Magic for KCP, Cole Anthony, and 4 unprotected first-round picks and 1 first-round pick swap. Holy shit. All that for Desmond Bane.
Yeah.
I do like it for, again, it was a hefty price to give up. But I do like Desmond Bane with the Orlando Magic to pair him with Paulo Ventura and Franz Wagner. Des Bane definitely gives them perimeter shooting that they did not have, as you saw in the first round against Boston. They just didn't have no three-point shooting. Paulo and Franz weren't quite there yet. Bane gives you that 3-level scoring-esque, can get to the rim, mid-range, and can line it up from 3. But really, we need to talk about is what is your thoughts on the Magic giving up 4 first-round picks, and one of them picks being the 16th overall pick in this upcoming draft?
Well, I think some of it was because of KCP's contract.
Yes.
You had to give it a little bit more incentive to take him.
Mm-hmm. They get 2 years left.
And, well, it's because he has 20-some million
yes.
per year. And then you got a nice young prospect, Cole Anthony, who I think was...
Ironically, his dad was the first point guard selected by the Memphis Grizzlies back when they were a franchise. First became a franchise. So,
full circle sometimes.
Full circle moment right there.
But I feel like, for the Magic, I like getting him. I like getting the vet. He's a good defender. Like I said, he can help bring these other guys along and kind of take a little of the pressure off of them, but help kind of, be, I guess, Unk or the OG in the room to kind of help develop these guys along. It's a big risk in my mind for the Magic to give up that much capital. Because everybody was hurt this year. You still made the playoffs. Had a good series against Boston.
Just didn't have shooting.
But it was clear you were lacking shooting. So we'll see. It's a good move. It's a solid move. You're saying I'm here. Pretty much Magic said I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm here to contend now in the East, which not necessarily a bad move with Boston being in shambles with Tatum out. Who knows what they're going to do with their roster come this offseason. And the Cavs, can they repeat what they were? Milwaukee's in shambles, so who knows? It's
the Knicks are, not really in shambles.
They don't have a head coach.
They don't have a head coach.
But it's not the West. And then on the Memphis side, or the Grizzlies side of Memphis Grizzlies, to me, it kind of looks like they might be blowing it up a little bit.
Yeah, I was about to say, that's what my next question was. With a trade like that, does this mean it's a rebuild trade? Like, the next question is, what's about Ja Morant? Jaren Jackson Jr.
I don't know. I mean, they're going to have to pay Jaren Jackson Jr. either this offseason or next. They can choose. He's due. And
Ja Morant, who's missed 120 games over the last few seasons, been in some trouble here and there.
It just kind of depends.
Where do you want to go?
Can they rely on Ja? Can they not rely on Ja? Are you going to take this draft capital and try to go get some other pieces or another superstar to pair with them? Or are you going to make another move and trade Ja? You did say that the Memphis was kind of looking to maybe go get Trae Young to pair him with Ja Morant, type of thing as a backcourt. That would be an interesting backcourt for sure. That would be lightning in a bottle for sure. That'd be a lot of quick guards.
Yeah, I mean you got Trae Young, who's basically a different version of Stephen Curry, different version. Then you got Ja Morant, who one step burst and at the rim, and I put you on a poster type deal. So yeah. But I'd be very curious to see what the Grizzlies do. Like I said, the NBA draft is getting closer, and things are heating up just a smidge. Steven Adams, who I thought maybe was going to be leaving Houston. Houston said no, we're going to wrap him up, gave him a 3-year deal.
3 years, $39 million extension.
Shout out
Keeps
Steven Adams.
the big man there. Steven Adams has never tested free agency in his
That's
whole career.
crazy.
Like
That's kind of crazy. But I mean, again, when he was on the floor for Houston, they were like plus 20 with him on the floor, with him and Shogun on the floor. So to be able to keep him there with the young core. Again, the only thing about Houston we got to see is what do they do with Jalen Green? He's been kind of swirled in some trade rumors.
Well, I mean, really just kind of tied to KD.
KD, you know, the KD saga is definitely heating up. The Spurs have made pitches. Toronto made a pitch for KD, and Phoenix said no, and they offered up the 9th overall pick, and Phoenix still said no.
Knicks said no.
Knicks said no. The Knicks don't even want Kevin Durant. Can you imagine having a dude like Kevin Durant who wanted to come to your organization not once, but twice, and you said, nah? That's wild to me. But hey, we're talking about a franchise that can't even find a head coach, and calling head coaches that have jobs. I think it's time to go apologize to Tibbs.
That's what it's kind of looking like. The KD saga is heating up. A lot of rumors, a lot of proposed trades out there that could happen. We'll see what happens with KD. But I mean, for Houston, it's really just kind of you get KD. If you miss out on KD, he's another superstar. You kind of pivot towards those guys again. They kind of need shooting.
Yeah,
like those dudes. They're young. They need to start developing their game outside the arc, or at least a mid-range type game. They're kind of like in the match, kind of like Orlando. You got some young star-esque type players. Can you continue to develop them?
You just almost have to ask yourself too with the Memphis Grizzlies. Did they peak already? Like everything that happened with Ja Morant, did they just miss that spark?
Yeah, I think the window's already passed with that core, and I think they realized that kind of already peaked. What they could do, I feel like instead of trying to go and grab pieces, try to make it work, they realized that the window to make it work passed. Yeah, and so they just kind of
that's the unfortunate part for Memphis. That's just the unfortunate.
Or they're ahead of the curve and they're going to become relevant because they made a move to be able to allocate assets.
Like you said, you have four picks and the 16th overall pick that you could try to do something with, whatever that may be. Again, it's still not the greatest free agency class either. I mean, if you want somebody, you're really gonna have to go. You're gonna have to go get it. So be curious to see what happens. But some big news that's necessarily not a trade, but Jeannie Buss sold the Lakers, my guy.
Yep.
Sold the Lakers for $10 billion to a guy who is very rich, very, very rich. And he's got some other franchises, Dodgers, he's got a WNBA team, and he's not afraid to spend money. So if you're a Lakers fan, you got to think, man, that's a good thing to have. When he said this dude's not afraid to pay. So
it just means the dude's not afraid to go into
that luxury tax.
That luxury tax for the second apron, unlike Boston, who just sold their franchise
for $6 billion.
They're already looking to.
They're champions.
They're already kind of break it up, not wanting to pay that second apron.
Yeah.
And so basketball again kind of comes down to how much is owner willing to pay to keep a roster together. And LA, big market.
Big market.
You got to keep a competitive team.
She did, obviously, she sold the team for $10 billion, but she's still going to be heavily involved in the organization. I think she's still going to be running certain operations within the franchise. Head of it all. But again, $10 billion, man. What's it like to have this $10 billion laying around?
Honestly, I have no idea.
Like, that's crazy. The NBA Finals, man. Game 6 is tonight. So, looking like probably no Tyrese Halliburton.
That's what it's looking like.
It's looking like got a calf strain. It's no Halliburton, man. I don't know how much. I think it's a wrap. Like, I think OKC. I'm even wearing my OKC shirt. Like, I think OKC is going to be your NBA champions. Now, I guess the real question I have to ask you, Brandon, is again, I think SGA is going to get it, but what are the chances you get Jalen Williams over here, to get Finals MVP? I mean, he's gotten better in every game. Dropped a 40-piece.
He's on a great 3-game run currently in the finals, and he's like
the second OKC player ever to drop 40 in the finals, outside of Russell Westbrook, which fucked me up because I thought it was KD.
To me, if he gets it, I wouldn't be really mad about it. I mean, he's been a big integral part of
Yes.
it, but I still feel like SGA is
SGA
the motor that makes it run.
Yeah.
And again, to me personally, I just don't take it just the series. The same way as the Eastern Conference Finals MVP and the Eastern Conference Finals MVP. I don't just take that series. I take it the whole thing, the whole run as a whole.
Yeah.
And to me, SJ has been more valuable in totality from start to end with this playoff run for OKC if they presumptually do win in 6 or 7, if necessary, back in OKC. But if he was, I wouldn't be mad. I'd be shocked. Kind of how over on the Pacers side that Pascal Siakam got the Eastern Conference Finals MVP. I was a little shocked when I saw that because I kind of thought Halliburton, but then kind of thought, well, in totality, I thought Pascal definitely had his worth.
SGA brings the title to OKC, greatest Thunder of all time.
I mean, you gotta say yes.
I mean,
they've had some great players there, but none of them in OKC, KD, Westbrook, Harden never brought a title.
Yeah, so
Serge Ibaka.
Again, I would be saying I think the series is now over. It's OKC should be your NBA champion after tonight.
Yeah.
So
if you can, guys, I'll go back and watch the clip where he got hurt in Game 5.
Yep.
Or re-aggravated. You can see his calf like ripple where it looked like that Achilles whip, and then you could see him like massaging his foot. Or like his Achilles calf area, and you can kind of see where he was rubbing. A lot of people were saying like right there is kind of like telltale sign that.
And if I'm Tyrese Halliburton, don't do it. You saw what happened to KD when he tried it, a couple years ago, years back. It's just not worth it. Especially you're a young, up and coming, talented, on the break of superstar status, almost there. Don't ruin it.
Yeah, it's just so hard. If it was Game 7,
they go for it. Like you got to go out and try.
You at least got to try and risk losing a whole season and then some. Because if he does it now, it's a whole season.
Yeah, the whole season.
Just like Tatum, you lose the whole season.
Yeah, again. So we'll have to see what happens. We'll bring that to you next week. Again, guys, hit that subscribe button. Tell a friend to tell a friend, and we'll see you guys next week.